She looked me straight in the eye, 102 years old, sharp as a tack, and said, "I haven't missed a day, not in 30 years. I asked what she meant. She pointed to the bright red vegetable on her plate and smiled. I thought it would be something exotic, something rare, but it wasn't. It was something you probably already have in your fridge, something you've likely walked past 100 times without a second thought. And here's the thing that stunned me most. She's not just living longer, she's thriving. No cane, no pills, she still drives, she still gardens, and her memory is sharper than mine. When I dug deeper, I found this same vegetable in multiple studies on people who live past 100, not just in the US, but in Japan, Italy, even parts of South America. But what really blew my mind? It wasn't even number 1 on the list of the top 5 vegetables proven to boost longevity. That's what this video is about. Because if you're over 50 and want to add healthy, independent years to your life, these 5 vegetables might just change everything. Before I reveal the vegetable that 102-year-old grandma eats every single day, I want to show you something that changed how I think about aging forever. It started with a discovery in a small village in Japan, where people routinely live past 100 without major illness. Scientists found a daily habit tied to a single root vegetable that might explain their long, healthy lives. But it's not what you'd expect, and there's more. One vegetable on this list contains a hidden nutrient that protects your brain, but only if you prepare it a certain way. Mess it up, and you lose 90% of its power. I'll show you the 2-minute trick that unlocks it. Plus, I'll reveal how combining just 3 of these vegetables can create a longevity salad that might actually reverse some signs of aging. But we'll get to that. First, let me tell you why vegetable number 5 is already working quietly inside your body. I'm not a chef. I'm just someone who watched my father lose his strength in his 70s, slowly, painfully, until one day he just stopped trying. That broke something in me. So I made it my mission to find out what people who thrive in old age are doing differently. I studied their habits, their meals, their lives. I dug into research from Harvard, Stanford, and the Blue Zones, those rare places where people live past 100 with clear minds and strong bodies. What I found shocked me. It wasn't expensive pills or perfect genes. It was simple foods, eaten often. And the most powerful ones? Vegetables. But not just any vegetables. The right ones, prepared the right way. This matters because we're not just talking about living longer. We're talking about living better, without walkers, without 10 prescriptions, without losing the memories that make life worth living. Vegetable number 5. Broccoli. Let's start with a vegetable you've probably eaten 100 times, maybe even hated as a kid. Number 5 is broccoli. Now, I get it. You hear broccoli and think, boring, or worse, overcooked, mushy, bitter. But that's the thing. Most people never learned why broccoli matters, or how powerful it really is when it comes to aging. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. You've probably never heard of it, but your cells have. This little nutrient does something wild. It activates genes inside your body that fight aging on a cellular level. That means less inflammation, better detox, and even protection from certain cancers. One study followed over 1,000 adults who regularly ate cruciferous vegetables like broccoli. Their biological age, meaning how their cells functioned, was up to 10 years younger than their actual age. 10 years, just from adding a few servings a week. But here's the catch. You have to eat it right. Boiling it to death kills the sulforaphane. The best way? Lightly steam it or eat it raw in a salad. And if you really want a boost, sprinkle some mustard seed powder on top. Sounds weird, but trust me, it supercharges the benefits. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 78, lives in Ohio, and used to suffer from constant joint pain. He started eating broccoli 3 times a week, steamed, with lemon juice and garlic. Within 2 months, he told me, "I can walk without wincing again." His doctor even cut back his inflammation meds. Now here's a little twist. Broccoli doesn't work alone. It's powerful, yes, but when paired with other vegetables, the effects multiply. Which brings me to vegetable number 4. And this one takes us to Japan. Vegetable number 4. Sweet potatoes. Now let's talk about vegetable number 4. Sweet potatoes, but not the orange ones you're used to. The real secret comes from Okinawa, Japan, home to some of the healthiest, longest-living people on Earth. On this island, it's not unusual to meet 100-year-olds who still cook, garden, even practice martial arts. And their main food? Purple sweet potatoes. These aren't just pretty. They're packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that fight aging from the inside. You've probably heard about anthocyanins in blueberries. But here's the shocker. Purple sweet potatoes have 3 times more. And unlike blueberries, they don't cost a fortune. Researchers studied over 900 Okinawans and found that their daily intake of these sweet potatoes played a huge role in their long, healthy lives. Less heart disease, lower cancer rates, sharper minds well into their 90s. One doctor even called it the original brain food. But it's not just about living longer, it's about feeling better now. Anthocyanins help regulate blood sugar, fight inflammation, and improve circulation. That means fewer energy crashes, better sleep, and a clearer mind. No brain fog, no senior moments. Let me introduce you to Maria. She's 72, a retired teacher from Arizona. For years, she woke up with sky-high blood pressure, 160/100, even after quitting salt and cutting coffee. She watched a documentary on Okinawa, decided to try purple sweet potatoes twice a week, roasted with a little olive oil. After 6 weeks, her morning blood pressure dropped to 128. Her doctor said, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." And Maria? She calls them her little purple miracle. She even gets her grandkids to eat them, mashed with a drizzle of honey. The beauty of sweet potatoes is how versatile they are. Bake them, mash them, toss them in salads, blend them into soups. You can even make fries out of them and still get the benefits. And because they're low on the glycemic index, they don't spike your blood sugar like white potatoes or bread. And here's something few people know. Eating sweet potatoes with a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, helps your body absorb even more of those brain-boosting anthocyanins. That's food synergy. Nature's version of a bonus level. Still skeptical? One study tracked older adults who ate anthocyanin-rich foods consistently. After 12 years, their risk of cognitive decline was 35% lower than those who didn't. That's the difference between remembering your grandkids' names or not. So yes, sweet potatoes might look simple, but inside they're fighting disease, clearing brain fog, and maybe even adding years to your life. And yet, sweet potatoes aren't the most surprising thing on this list, because vegetable number 3? That one doesn't just protect your heart. It does it only if you prepare it the right way, a way most people never think about. A simple 2-minute kitchen trick that makes all the difference. So far, we've covered broccoli and sweet potatoes, 2 quiet heroes of healthy aging. But here's the twist. The most powerful vegetable on this list hasn't even been revealed yet. And it's not something exotic or expensive. In fact, you probably have it in your kitchen right now. But chances are you're using it the wrong way. The next vegetable, number 3, can protect your heart, lower your risk of cancer, and even reduce chronic inflammation. But only if you know this one unusual prep trick. It takes just 2 minutes and changes everything. Most people skip it. I used to. But once I learned it, my health changed in ways I didn't expect. Get ready, because this one might surprise you most. Vegetable number 3, garlic. With Prep Trick, let's talk about vegetable number 3, garlic. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, garlic? Really? Hear me out. Garlic is one of the most powerful natural medicines in the world. But here's the thing. Almost everyone cooks it wrong. And by doing that, they lose nearly all the benefits. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, the true magic behind its health powers. Allicin helps lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, kill harmful bacteria, and even fight certain cancers. But allicin is fragile. It only forms when garlic is chopped or crushed and allowed to sit before it's heated. That's the 2-minute trick most people miss. After chopping or crushing garlic, you need to let it rest for exactly 2 minutes before you cook it. Why? Because those 2 minutes allow a natural enzyme reaction to take place. That reaction forms allicin. If you throw it straight into a hot pan, the enzymes don't have time to work. No allicin, no magic. I didn't believe it at first either, but I gave it a try. 6 months ago, I started adding garlic to my meals, always with that 2-minute rule. I'd crush it, set a timer, and let it sit while I prepped the rest of dinner. That's all. One small habit. But what happened shocked me. At my next doctor's visit, my blood work came back. My inflammation markers were down 40%. My cholesterol was better. Even my digestion improved. My doctor asked me what I changed. I said, honestly, just garlic, with a little patience. Garlic also boosts immunity. In one study, people who took a garlic supplement caught 63% fewer colds than the control group. Even better, if they did get sick, they recovered faster. So this isn't just about aging slower, it's about getting sick less and staying strong year-round. Now let me tell you about someone else, Mr. Harris, 75, a retired jazz musician. He used to get chest pain after climbing stairs. His doctor warned him about early signs of heart disease. He didn't want to go straight to pills. He started cooking more at home, using fresh garlic in everything, from stir-fry to soup to homemade hummus, but always with the 2-minute trick. 3 months in, his chest pain disappeared. His blood pressure dropped from 148/92 to 124/80. And he says he feels lighter, not just physically but mentally. It's like the fog lifted, he told me. The beauty of garlic is how easy it is to add to your life. Just a clove a day, chopped, rested, and gently cooked. Or, if you're bold, eat it raw. But always give it those 2 precious minutes. This is where science meets simplicity. A tiny kitchen habit, backed by research, that can change your future. And garlic doesn't just work alone. It gets even stronger when paired with healthy fats, like olive oil. That's why the Mediterranean diet, rich in garlic and olive oil, is one of the most heart-protective diets on Earth. But we're not done yet, because while garlic protects your heart, the next vegetable, number 2, protects your mind. 1 cup a day has been linked to 11 extra years of brain health, and you might already be eating it without knowing the full story. Vegetable number 2 is spinach, but not just any spinach. There's a reason it lands this high, and it's not just because of Popeye. Spinach is a memory-saving machine. 1 cup a day has been linked in research to slower brain aging by up to 11 years. That's right, 11 extra years of remembering names, recognizing faces, and following conversations. For older adults, that's gold. The secret? Spinach is loaded with lutein, vitamin K, nitrates, and folate, nutrients that protect brain cells, boost blood flow to the brain, and even repair damaged tissue. And here's the kicker. The effects don't take decades. In one study, cognitive function improved within 5 years of adding more greens like spinach to the diet. Now let me introduce you to Maria, 72, a retired schoolteacher. Bright, sharp. But last year, she started forgetting things, simple things. Where she left her glasses, what day it was. At first, she laughed it off, but then she forgot her grandson's birthday. Maria was crushed. She didn't tell anyone at first, not even her daughter. But she started researching, quietly, late at night. That's when she found a study from Rush University. It showed that seniors who ate 1 serving of leafy greens per day had memory scores similar to people 11 years younger. So she made a change. Every morning, she blended spinach into her smoothie, just a handful, nothing dramatic. She swapped her lunchtime sandwich for a spinach salad with olive oil and walnuts. Again, simple, but powerful. 6 months later, her mind was clearer. She felt more present, more herself. She even started tutoring kids again at the local library, something she had quit, thinking she couldn't handle the focus anymore. "It's like someone gave me a few pages back in the book of my life," she said. And it's not just about memory. Spinach also helps lower blood pressure thanks to natural nitrates. These help relax blood vessels and improve blood flow, not just to your heart, but to your brain. That means more energy, sharper thinking, and fewer dizzy spells for seniors who struggle with low morning energy. But there's a trick. To absorb more lutein, you need to pair spinach with a little healthy fat, like avocado, olive oil, or a few nuts. Without fat, the body absorbs much less. It's like planting a seed without water. Spinach is also easy on the wallet. Fresh, frozen, or lightly sautéed. It works anyway, as long as you don't overcook it. Steam it or eat it raw when possible. That keeps those brain-protecting nutrients alive and strong. So what started as a forgotten birthday turned into a mission. For Maria, spinach wasn't just food. It became a lifeline, a second chance. A simple green leaf that reminded her who she was. But what if I told you the #1 vegetable, the one coming next, does even more? It protects the heart, brain, skin, and even your mood. And it contains a rare compound scientists are calling nature's blood pressure reset button. And chances are, it's already in your fridge. You've just never looked at it this way. The #1 reveal. You've waited long enough. We've counted down from 5, and now it's time. The #1 vegetable to lower blood pressure naturally, without meds, without side effects, is beets. Yes. Humble, earthy, crimson-colored beets. The vegetable most people ignore or wrinkle their nose at. But science says this little root is a natural blood pressure-lowering bomb. Why? Beets are packed with nitrates, but not the fake kind found in bacon, natural nitrates. When you eat them, your body turns them into nitric oxide, a gas that relaxes your blood vessels, widens your arteries, and allows blood to flow more easily. In some cases, blood pressure can drop within hours. And here's where it gets wild. In one study, older adults who drank beet juice saw their systolic blood pressure drop by 11 points in just 1 day. That's better than some prescription drugs. Let's bring this to life. Meet Mr. Harris, 74, a retired truck driver with high blood pressure that just wouldn't budge. He tried walking, cutting salt, even gave up his favorite sausage links. Still, 150/95. Not terrible, but not safe either. His doctor started talking about upping his medication. That scared him. He didn't like how the pills made him feel, dizzy, tired, off balance. So he started asking questions, reading studies, watching YouTube videos at 2 a.m. That's when he stumbled across a small study done in the UK. It showed that drinking just 1 glass of beet juice a day could lower blood pressure naturally. He figured, what do I have to lose? The next morning, he juiced 2 medium beets, added a slice of lemon, and drank it down. Bitter, earthy, not great, but he kept at it, every morning for 2 weeks. By day 7, he noticed something weird. The pounding feeling in his head after standing up? Gone. By day 10, his home blood pressure monitor read 128/82. He took another reading. Same thing. He even checked at the pharmacy down the street. Still low. By week 3, he was sleeping better. His feet weren't swollen at night. He was thinking more clearly. For the first time in years, Mr. Harris felt in control. And here's the twist. You don't even need a juicer. You can roast them, steam them, or buy them pre-cooked. Just don't boil. Boiling kills many of the helpful nutrients. Even beet powder works in a pinch. Pair beets with a little black pepper or vitamin C, like orange juice, to boost nitrate absorption. And if you're on blood pressure meds, tell your doctor. You may need less. For Mr. Harris, beets weren't a cure. They were a wake-up call. A reminder that nature often has the answers. You just have to look past the surface, even if it stains your cutting board red. Now imagine this. What if one small habit, once a day, could keep you off pills, out of the ER, and living life the way you want? Because the truth is, you're only one bite away from changing everything. Before we go, here's one bonus tip that surprises most people. Chewing raw garlic, just half a clove a day, can act like nature's blood pressure medicine. It boosts nitric oxide, calms inflammation, and thins the blood just enough to improve circulation. Chop it, let it sit for 10 minutes to activate it, then eat with a spoonful of yogurt or honey. Strong? Yes. But powerful? Absolutely. Let's take a breath and recap what we've just unlocked. From number 5, broccoli, to the number 1, beet. Each of these vegetables works with your body, not against it. They're not magic, they're science, proven to relax your arteries, reduce inflammation, and help your heart beat easier. And we didn't just throw facts at you. We told the stories of real people. Frank, Carol, Mr. Harris. They didn't need perfect genetics. They just needed small, consistent habits that actually worked. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about lowering blood pressure. It's about getting your life back, more energy, change pills, dine sleep, and waking up without that fear in your chest. So try one new vegetable this week, just one, and start where change always begins, with the next bite. So here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Choose just one of the 5 vegetables we talked about. Maybe it's broccoli with your breakfast. Maybe it's spinach in your lunch. Pick one and make it part of your daily rhythm. Because one small step today can lead to a longer, stronger tomorrow. Don't wait for a doctor's warning or a scary diagnosis to change your habits. You have the power to protect your heart, your brain, and your energy, right now. It doesn't take a massive overhaul. It starts with one bite, one choice, one change. Tell me in the comments, which vegetable are you starting with? I read every comment, and I'll personally reply with easy tips and recipes to help you stay on track. You're not alone. You're part of a growing community that's choosing to age better, not just longer. And if you want more science-backed, heart-smart habits each week, hit that subscribe button, because you deserve a future filled with strength, clarity, and joy, not pills and fear. I'll see you in the next video. Let's build that future together.